Hi there! This is the all-new 2024 Sony Bravia 2, the S25 series Smart TV. The best part, this is a fully loaded 65-inch Google TV and is priced at just 85,990. Yes, you can say this is a successor of the X75L with a few upgrades like higher brightness levels, better audio fidelity, live color feature and more. By the way, this Bravia 2 series is also available in smaller sizes, 55-inch, 50-inch and 43-inch. Now, just to give you an overview, the S25 is a no-frills yet fully stocked smart TV offering a premium viewing experience. It comes with Sony's X1 processor, HDR10 support, native Apple AirPlay support, there's ALLM with PS5 Gaming support as well. Everything seems so exciting. Now, as you can see, we have already unboxed it, but let me take you through a quick unboxing and setup experience. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more tech videos like these. Trust me, every sub counts. Let's begin. So the big brown box returns. So you can spot the Bravia 2 branding in the center, S2 branding below with 65-inch size. On the top, 4K X1 processor, 4K HDR support, live color, Dolby audio and Google TV. On the side are the contents of the box, some manufacturing details and the MRP of 1,39,900. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Do not unbox this TV on your own. Firstly, you could void the warranty and you could also damage it. Sony will be sending a technician to your doorstep, they will unbox it, set it up for you at no extra cost. So inside the box is the setup guide, the warranty card, some more paperwork that includes the reference guide, safety instructions, a power cord, 2 AAA batteries for the remote, and finally the all-new Sony Bravia remote. Now of late we have been seeing this remote with the new Bravia TVs. It's really nice, minimalistic design. Right on the top is the power button, then you have the TV button, settings button, then you have the D-pad to navigate, back button, home button, the volume up and down, the channel options, then you have the Google Assistant button here, then you have shortcut keys for Sony Live, Netflix, Disney Hotstar, Prime Videos, YouTube and YouTube Music. It's a really nice and easy to use remote. Now some of you might have noticed there's no table mount or wall mount included in the box anymore. Now Sony has done something very smart. You only need either of the two. So when the technician comes to set up the TV, he will ask you whether you need the table mount or the wall mount and he will bring it along with you, and of course that's all included in the price of the TV. So I called for the table mount which came in this box. The stands come wrapped in plastic. Let's open them up. The quality of the stands are top notch. Slim base with the textured design. The outside shell of course is plastic, but inside it's all metal. The top two is all metal. Very well built, just like you would expect from a Sony product. Then here are some screws too to fix the stands. Obviously, aur kya karne hai screws ka. Alright, so we have fixed the stands and table mount the TV. Solid build, thin bezels on all the 4 sides. Though these bezels are made of plastic, but they come with this lovely textured design which look pretty premium. You can spot the Sony branding right in the center of the bottom bezel. The stands look super sleek, wedge shape, and they truly stand out, quite literally. Moving to the back. Now first look and you know it's premium. The frame is metal with a box-like texture below. You can spot the Bravia branding on the extreme left. Then at the bottom is the model number and serial number. The power input port is towards the left while rest of the ports are on the right and some are on the back. On the side are dual USB-A ports, 3 HDMI ports and antenna. Then on the back is Ethernet and an optical input port. Firstly, not a fan of dual USB-A ports. Sometimes it's a task to fit 2 pen drives together at the same time. Would have preferred 2 separate ports as it's always more convenient. Then this variant surprisingly skips the headphone jack, which I believe was done because most people don't use it. But still, that's something I wish Sony had retained. The HDMI 3 port supports eARC for digital audio output. Also technically it will support Dolby Atmos soundbars. So that's definitely a plus. Let's have a quick look at the specifications. So it's powered by Sony's X1 processor. It comes with a 4K display with a resolution of 3840 by 2160 pixels. Now this is an IPS panel with 60 Hz refresh rate. There's ALLM with PS5 support. HDR and HDR10 support, there's native Apple AirPlay support, it comes with 20 watt sound output with Dolby audio support and it's running the latest Google TV OS. So let's start with the main deal, the display. So here's a 4K HDR video and it looks absolutely stunning. The Sony's X1 processor clubbed with the X Reality Pro truly enhances the viewing experience. Sony has this new live color tuning as well, which helps produce punchy and vibrant colors when needed, but overall still don't get oversaturated. It's a joy to watch HDR content on this huge screen where every pixel is crystal clear. Blacks, however, aren't their strongest part. They can be a little grayish at times, while at the same time in different scenes, while pitch black too, depending on the content. Now this is a direct LED panel. We also did some dimming test and we didn't notice any light trails or light bleeds at all. Also, thanks to an IPS panel, viewing angles are perfect. There's no shift in color or tones even if you view it from an acute angle. When it comes to the brightness, we all know Sony doesn't officially share any numbers, but I can assure you that it's much higher than the X75L, which I've reviewed last year. The HDR content looks stunning. Check this out. Now here's a dark scene from a movie, and here you can see every detail is so clear. And this is the power of the X Reality Pro. It reduces noise and enhances every shot, giving you a very satisfying viewing experience. Then there's also Motion Flow XR support, which is basically MEMC, where the content becomes much smoother and it's ideal while watching a documentary or sports content. You can adjust it from the advanced picture settings as per your preference. Now I highly recommend you turn off this feature while watching movies, because movies are 24 FPS, which are designed to watch without any MEMC turned on for that perfect movie watching experience. Then we connected our set-top boxes. Both SD and HD channels look very nice. They're sharp and clear. If you watch a lot of content using your set-top box, the Bravia 2 S25's upscaling is pretty good. Then we also played some 4K videos from our pen drive and everything worked perfectly. All popular formats like MKV, MP4, AVIs, all are supported and work really well. In fact, you can scrub back and forth using the remote shortcut keys, which is really handy. Coming to the OS. So we get the Google TV experience and it's just amazing. Content carousel on the top, which looks even stunning on a huge 65-inch screen. Further below, you can see the apps row, round new icons for Netflix, Prime Videos, YouTube, and this is really good. Now you can see more apps at the same time. Further below, recommended content from multiple apps. The interface is really smooth and extremely well optimized. When it comes to the storage, you get 9.4 GB of usable space, out of which 6.6 GB is free, which I think is decent enough to install apps and games. So technically it comes with 16 GB of internal storage. Personally, I would have preferred it to have 32 GB, but 16 GB is also fine. You can install apps and games from the app section, and there are over 10,000 plus apps and games that can be downloaded. Everything you need is here. Then quick settings is one of my favorite features on the Bravia TV. It pops up from the bottom using your remote. Access the settings such as picture settings, sound settings, adjust the brightness instantly, low power mode, save power, set alarms, set timers. There are so many quick adjustments that you can do directly from here at your fingertips. When it comes to the app experience, we tested Netflix app. It's overall super smooth and quite well optimized. It's also very easy to navigate on its big screen. You can spot tons of HDR content on Netflix, and when you play them, it looks amazing too. HDR content is super bright, vivid, and maintaining excellent clarity. Check that out. Now this TV lacks Dolby Vision support. So if that's your priority, I suggest you check out the Bravia X82L series. But keep in mind that's a 2023 variant. At the same time, it's still very much recommended. However, I'd like to add, if you want a Sony TV that you don't want to spend too much, the HDR10 experience will be more than adequate. Best part, you can find HDR content on YouTube, on Netflix, on Prime Videos, on Hotstar, and so many more streaming platforms. Then there's also Google Assistant support directly on your remote. You can press the Google mic button, and right there you can ask it for the weather, you can ask it for the general trivia questions, or even launch a movie or TV show using your voice command from your remote. It works like a charm. There you go. Now the Bravia S25 series doesn't come with built-in mics for hands-free Google Voice Assistant, which is fine. We usually see that feature in more premium variants. It's not a deal breaker, but still worth mentioning. Then there's also Bluetooth support, so you can pair your favorite earphones and enjoy audio wirelessly without disturbing anyone in the room. Then one of my favorite features is native Apple AirPlay support. So firstly, you can mirror your iPad, your Mac or iPhone directly to your TV. It's absolutely lag-free and it's also very clear. You can also AirPlay a video to the TV and it works so well. Above that, you can actually control the pause, play and everything directly from your phone. It's so cool. The best part of AirPlay for me is when I want to play music on my phone, I AirPlay it to the TV. Now the audio is playing from the TV speakers. We can turn off the display from the quick settings, which also helps save power, and the music keeps playing. Super. Coming to gaming. So first thing we did is download the Riptide GP2 game, and this is kind of a racing game and it's really interactive. Here you go. The best part is you can play this game just using your TV's remote. And the graphics and the experience is really amazing. The hardware and software is really well optimized, super smooth frame rates and is really fun to play all day long. The device supports Auto Low Latency Mode, also known as ALLM. It allows the TV to automatically switch into gaming mode when the gaming console is connected. This is basically a feature to reduce input lag. And what better way to test that than connecting it to PS5? And I must say, it worked really well. 4K 60 FPS gaming is super fluid, bright and so crisp. By the way, we also get HDR tone mapping, which makes sure that the whites don't get blown away and everything is clearly visible. If you already have a PS5 gaming console, then this Bravia 2 TV is by default designed to work perfectly with it. Then there's also a gaming menu which Sony has included with their new TVs, and here you can make those quick settings instantly without digging into the other settings. Very smart implementation, I must say. Coming to the audio. So this Bravia 2 S25 series comes with 20 watt sound output. There are two 10 watt downfiring speakers. Let's see how they sound.
Will shake. Destiny.
I know, 20 watt might not seem a lot, but as you heard, they sound really good. The audio output is very well balanced. It's not bass heavy, but it's sufficient to make the audio sound rich. Then it also gets loud enough to fill a good medium size or a large size room. However, if you want to enjoy that good audio experience, I would recommend you get a Sony soundbar. And the reason I'm saying a Sony soundbar because it works best with Sony TVs. I'll list a few in the description below. If you want to buy one, you must check it out. Alright, final thoughts. Now, if I had to nitpick, why no headphone jack? But again, not many would use a headphone jack with this TV. So it may be not a big deal, but at least that's what I think. The Bravia 2 S25 series is Sony's entry-level Google TV, and they don't go over the top when it comes to features, but ticks all the key boxes. Yes, there are some smart TVs in the market which are a lot more cheaper, but surely they can't match the quality and the experience that Sony offers. When you buy a big TV, the first thing you think of is, will I get peace of mind? Well, if you buy a Sony, you will. You don't have to think one bit. Available in multiple sizes, there's 43-inch, 50-inch, 55-inch and 65-inch that you see right here. My team is telling me right now that the 43-inch and 50-inch will be available on sale soon. It's not yet available, but 55 and 65 can be bought right away. Here are the prices. I'll share the links of all these variants in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. Any of these TVs easily recommended. So I hope this video was helpful. If there are any questions, mention them down in the comments below. Until next time, cheers.